Morning, everyone. It is May the 17th, and I'm on Beaver Lake this morning for our Beaver Lake South event. And it's going to be a little bit of a whirlwind of a day for me. My nephew Colin is graduating from Bentonville West High School at 8 o'clock, so it is tournament starts at 5:45. So I'm going to leave here about 7, get up there and watch Colin graduate. Up there for a few hours, and I'll be back on the water hopefully by 11 or 12 o'clock, something like that. So short day for me. That's why I'm not wearing a hat. Oh my gosh, Courtney is going to kill me. Didn't wear a hat, so I didn't have hat hair going to the graduation, but instead I got this. Not much better. So sorry for that, everyone in the Siebert family. I'm going to be there no matter if I got bad hair or not, I guess. But so I don't have much time to fish this morning. I really need a topwater bite. That's my plan for this morning. I needed to be somewhere that was going to be close to Bentonville, so I'm up on the north part of the south half of Beaver. Beaver Shores is where I'm at, just so I can get to Bentonville a little bit quicker. Beaver's been fishing pretty darn good, but I'm a little bit confused right now. The bite has been, I've been 3 times I think in the last like 3 weeks on Beaver, and it's gotten a little worse every single time for me. So they're definitely moving off the spawning beds and out, and it's a little bit confusing to me to try to figure out where they're at. So here at Beaver Shores, there's just lots of flooded cover that I can get to easily from the ramp, so that's why I'm coming here. Really need a topwater bite right off the bat if I'm going to have any chance, because this afternoon is supposed to be bluebird skies, no wind. It's going to looks pretty tough for the type of fishing I like to do, but we'll see. So hopefully I can get some here this morning, and we'll just see. I'm just gonna try to have fun today, because you know, fishing half a day, chance of winning or whatever, not too good. I've gotten better over the years of figuring the fish out throughout the day, and I'm just not gonna have much time to do that today, which is okay. But anyway, I better get a few bites right off the bat, and my plan is to just fish a buzzbait kind of over the tops of all the bushes I can find, and a spinnerbait on the edges, things like that. It's supposed to be dead calm today, and it's not right now. There's quite a bit of wind, so not really loving that for my buzzbait strategy here this morning, but we'll just see how it goes. I really have very little pressure today, because I know the chances of me doing well in the tournament aren't great, but it's important for me to still participate and be a part of it. As a tournament director, I just I didn't want to not fish the event, but also I got a lot of pride in it, and didn't want to not try. So here I am. I'm gonna do the best I can. Hopefully we'll get us a big one right off the bat. Wish me luck. I'll see you on the other side. All right, I got 1 minute till line's in. Been sitting on this point for like 20 minutes waiting to start. Dang bass boat pulls up right on the same point, not 30 yards for where I'm getting ready to start. Not loving it. I'm just gonna do what I was gonna do anyway. Good grief. So I really wasn't happy about that bass boat pulling in here. There's a chance they didn't see me, but I just don't think that they cared. And they were fishing in a tournament too, and theirs didn't start for another 15 minutes. So when I had lines in, I had a choice either to continue with my plan or go all the way around them. So I just continued doing what I was going to do anyway. They weren't fishing yet. I said hi on the way by, and they didn't even speak. So this is about 30 minutes into the tournament, and I'm not wearing my head mount GoPro because I didn't want to have hat hair for graduation, so I don't get a good video of this. You just can't tell how thick all this cover is. So when I get a hook up here on this fish, I drag that sucker in just as fast as I can get him in the boat, because I didn't want to hang up in the brush. Knew it was a solid fish. It just demolished this whopper plopper. Had the whole thing in its mouth. That was a great sign, a really aggressive bite. When I get the fish in, I realize it's 18.5-inch fish. That was really my goal for the day, is to get one solid fish to help me out with heavy hitters, help my team out for the season-long team component. But also when I get this fish in, I know 4 more solid fish, and I'm going to be right in the thick of this tournament. So again, you just really can't tell from this video how thick all this brush is. But I notice up in front of me, probably 40-50 feet, there's an alleyway about maybe 2 feet wide that I try to hit. I had to make absolutely a perfect cast, drag this whopper plopper right through that alleyway, and a giant hits right where that fish should have been, right in between those bushes. You can't see because of my butt being in the way here, but again, tried to horse this fish in, and there was just nowhere for me to get the fish in. The bushes right in front of me were just thick and big and tall. Got it all the way to the front of those bushes.
Dang it.
Just couldn't get the fish all the way to the boat. And I don't know how big the fish was, but it was definitely bigger than the 18 and a half I had caught earlier.
Come on. Stay on. Stay on. Alright, I gotta move.
So I'm on the right way to graduation. Collar shirt, hair's still a mess. First hour and 15 minutes went about as good as I could have hoped for, to be honest. I had an 18 and a half. I lost a giant. Oh my gosh. The cast I made was the absolute perfect cast. I put it in a window, you know, a couple inches wide, bringing that whopper plopper through the middle of these bushes. Got the bite exactly where I was hoping I would get the bite. And getting the fish was just almost impossible. I could have, I don't know what I could have done differently. Maybe not try to horse it in, but I was just in the middle of so much brush and stuff that it just was going to be almost impossible to get the fish in. But I think it was probably close to 20 inches. But I did catch a 16 right before I took out. So I've got 2 fish. I need 3 whenever I get back this afternoon. Evidently things are fishing pretty tough for everybody. There's some small limits out there, but there are not a lot of big fish posted. I think my 18 and a half is the second biggest one posted so far. There's hardly maybe a handful of fish over 16 inches, and I've got 2 of them. So if I can get 3 fish this afternoon, I've got a chance to post a pretty decent finish, I think. So feel pretty good about it. If I could have got that big one in, I would be definitely sitting in position to win the tournament, but I didn't. So now it's time to go and celebrate Colin. Excited for that. So I'm just about 5 minutes away from graduation. It's gonna be fun. Gonna celebrate, and then I hope to get back to the lake as soon as I can. So I got off the water right about 7 o'clock, and I got back to the lake about 10:45. This is about 10 minutes after I got back, and once I got back, it was sunny and kind of later in the day. The sun was up, and I never threw a topwater the whole rest of the day. I should have. That might have been a mistake, but I just felt like I couldn't take a chance on wasting any cast. I knew I was going to need to find shade, and I felt like I needed to kind of have a finesse style to fill out my limit. So my focus was just trying to get a limit filled out.
Fish number 3, come on. All right, 14 and a quarter. Oh, he's nasty.
So this roller coaster day is just going to continue all day long, I can tell. So I flip in this shade pocket, hook into a big one here. You can't tell how big this fish is from the video. Even when you see it, there's two fish. There's a big one and then there's another one just as big chasing it. This is a 17, 18 inch fish, and I just get it up that log, fishing with 8-pound fluoro. Not sure whether to try to flip it in, flip it over the boat. I'm not in position to be able to get my net down there. It's a further distance than it looks from the camera angle. Just a disappointing situation. I know this fish, I should have been able to get in the boat. Really disappointed here. Does cue me in though, shade and wood, where the wood and the bushes come together in the shade was the pattern I was gonna focus on for the next little while.
Unbelievable. That was a big too. Come on, okay. Just relax. Gosh, dang it!
So I lose that jig fish at about 11:35, and I do not get another single bite all the way until 2:42 with 18 minutes until it lines out, and I still only have 3 fish in the boat.
That's a little cutter right there. Clark hitting 333. All those 9 runs. 31 to 10. Low. Clark does seem to have a really good idea of the strike zone, too. As a freshman, 4 more walks. That's the way we would have to look at it. Eagles is quarterbatting lefty. Wood gets a swing and a miss on a first pitch fastball. 1-1 score in the second inning. We already have one final in the league. Georgia beat A&M 7-5. Bulldogs finished 18-12 in the SEC with 42 wins. A&M 11-19. Here's an 0-1. Peebles hits it up the middle in the air and into center for a base hit. Another, just a little blooper. They have 4 base hits, none of them. Well, I guess Hensley's ground ball. On 3 hits in the second inning. The next batter is Hunter Hensley. And a run-scoring infield single in the first inning. Here's Wood's pitch. A strike on the inside, off speed. Hensley now 2 for 12 in the series with 1 run batted in, his 60th of the year. Wood checking on the runner at second, his pitch. Ground ball, Alloy shoots it out to the shortstop, sets the beat, throws across and ends the first play retiring Hensley, so a couple of runners stranded by Tennessee, but also 4 in the second straight inning on 3 base hits. Make sure you get over to legendary Catfish Hole Restaurants, and now there's a special thing coming on from the Catfish Hole. Get a load of this. The legendary Catfish Hole is now recently placing their tomato relish in the open. It's a clear warning for any foe that dares get it their way. Ford knows that strong traditions start with leadership, like Ford F-Series, America's best-selling trucks, 48 years strong. Drive F-150. first pitch strike from Tegan Coons. Well, the rally route had a desired effect yesterday, Bubba. Iredale was our semi-utilities player of the game. There's a foul ball. Hard by Iredale from the third base seats. Crazy ball. He got that hanger.
Ah, yes.
Iredale yesterday lined up a run into the home run. Hit a single, walk, scored twice. He had a couple of really nice plays on pop-ups, too, including the best pop-up play of the year. The pitch
drifted right in on his knuckles.
The next one, too, almost hits him. They kind of expected they may come inside again. Well, every team comes inside.
Ah, come on.
That was a changeup, though. He missed bad with that change.
Ooh, what a grind. Got 3 in about the last 13 minutes. Got a 15 and a half and a 16 with about 10 minutes to go to finish out my limit. So thankful for that. Got up over 80 inches. I think that might be enough to get me close to top 10. Have no idea if people were holding their fish or not. So anyway, I grinded. If I could have, I had the winning fish today. Definitely lost 4 over 17 inches, but only really one of those was a mistake. It was just how I was fishing. Getting those fish in were gonna be really difficult. And I had to make casts that were just impossible, but I just didn't get the fish in. The one on the jig, I cranked on that sucker. Thought I got the hook set good enough to get him in. Didn't get him. That Ned rig fish, oh man, he was swimming at me, and I was over the top of that log and just had that finesse tackle on, and man, that sucked bad. I wish I could have got that fish. Then the whopper fish this morning, man, that was a big, I don't know how big it was. It was definitely over 19 inches. And it was just, there was no way I was ever gonna get that fish in where it hit. Probably should have never made the cast, but had to give it a chance. Made a perfect cast. I just couldn't get the fish through all the crap. So anyway, no regrets. Gave it my all. It was fun. It wasn't much fun for the last few hours, but this last 15 minutes turned on really nice. So thanks for watching. See you on the next one.